All right. Welcome, welcome. Hey, if you're getting this video from your coach, what that means is you have now since graduated to phoning recommendations. So maybe you're going into your first team meeting. Maybe you're going into your second week on the job. Maybe you just haven't gotten this video yet and you're getting it. And it's a couple weeks into the job because you built up that strong names list right away. Here's what I'll say, regardless of where you're at in your journey, in your career, there is an unbelievable, infinite opportunity with recommendations. We're 6 degrees away from any other person that you've ever wanted to meet. And so, through these recommendations, through setting up these demos, you can go and do demos with whoever you want in whatever neighborhood you want, in whatever position you want, in your field, in your industry, or to make the most out of your next year, go after your SE2 goal. Like, here it is. But knowledge isn't power, applied knowledge is power. So there's so many videos to watch. There's so many things that you can do to improve, but it's just taking those little steps. It's the working in the business versus working on the business. But I'm going to jump into this because I want to keep this super short, and I'm just going to go through how you can use this recommendation phone approach, how it should sound. I'll role play it once, and that way you can hear how it sounds, the important pieces of it, and how you can apply it to your journey here with the team and go after whatever goals you want in life. So here is the phone script, and you can get this from your coach, and it's also going to be in the description of this video. So first things first, you got a couple different approaches. You got recommendation phone approach. You got the acquaintance phone approach. The recommendation one is for people that you don't really know. You got recommended to them on a demo. The acquaintance phone approach is for somebody that you kind of know. That's maybe like your sister's friend's mom. Maybe it's your friend's mom from school. Maybe it's like a church friend that you kind of have some connection to, but you don't really know. Maybe it's a family friend of somebody that it's kind of like that one-off connection. If you're not a student, you can use the non-student versions. And really, it just replaces scholarship with goal. Okay. And then we got some objections at the bottom. Right? And the objections, I'm going to probably add a couple more in here, but for the most part, you got one objection that you can use with that, which is, hey, can I get back to you? Which I'm sure we all hear a ton. Okay, so first things first, here's how it sounds, right? I'm going to run through it one time in full, and then we can break down some of the pieces. So ring, 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 ring. Hey, is this Mrs. Jones? Hey, Mrs. Jones, this is Elliot James. I don't know if my name rings a bell, but I met up with Mrs. Johns yesterday, and she said you were super duper nice and might be willing to help me with something that I'm working on to pay for school. Do you remember her mentioning that at all? You do? Okay, awesome. Hopefully she told you only the good things about me. No, she didn't? Okay, hey, no worries. Nothing too scary here, but I do apologize for reaching out of the blue. But like I said, nothing too scary. Really quick here, I graduated from Matamidi High School, and now I'm studying biomedical engineering and management at the University of Minnesota. So over the break and throughout the semester here, I'm working with the company to get some business and communication skills to really build up my resume. And most importantly, I have an awesome shot at winning a scholarship to help pay for school. So pretty much all I have to do is quick presentations for people on Cutco. So that's what Mrs. Johns thought you might be willing to do with me. But have you ever heard of Cutco before, Mrs. Jones? You have? Okay, that's great. How have you heard of it? Oh, you own some already? Well, I love to hear that. How do you like it? You still have all your fingers? You do? Okay, you're one of the lucky ones then. Well, the presentation works great because you don't actually have to get any more of it for you to help me out. I get credit just to do the presentation towards the scholarship, and I get paid just to do it. Oh, you haven't heard of it? Well, yeah, no worries. So it's actually inflatable dartboards, one-time use only. No, I'm just kidding. Cutco's a bunch of kitchen stuff. So I know you already have a ton of kitchen stuff already. So the presentation works great because you don't even have to get anything to help me out towards that scholarship. And I get paid $25 just to do it. So every time I do a presentation, it gets me a little bit closer to the scholarship. It gets me a little bit closer to my goal. And in light of everything that's going on right now, I'm actually able to do all my presentations right over the computer, right on Zoom. So it takes less than an hour. It's super fun. I make the same bad jokes every single time. So it might give you something else to watch besides the news for the night or besides those Suits reruns you've probably seen a couple times, right? So because of the contest that I'm in, I'm trying to squeeze in 7 more appointments by Saturday night here to hit my goal. So I was wondering if you'd be willing to squeeze me in and see my presentation. Obviously, I don't know what your schedule looks like, but my next two time slots would actually be one later today at 7 p.m. or tomorrow at 3 p.m. Would either of those work for you by chance? Okay, neither of them. Okay, hey, no worries. I got a lot of other times, like I said. So you work during the day. All right. Well, what about right after work at 6 p.m. tomorrow? Or I could even do Saturday at like 10 a.m. Would either of those work a little bit better? Okay, 10 a.m. should work. You kind of want to check with your spouse. Okay, so let's do this then. Let's just plan on 10 a.m. And if your spouse can't make it, no sweat. I would love to just meet with you. If they can make it, that's fantastic because I got jokes that'll probably hit with both of you. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much, Mrs. Jones. This means the world to me. I'm trying to get in as many demos as possible for the scholarship contest. And if we need to reschedule, I won't get credit for the time slot. Obviously, won't get paid to do it if I don't do it. So, are you sure that time's going to work for you? Okay, cool. And then, last thing, do you have a pen and paper handy? I can have you jot down a quick scholarship confirmation number. Okay, last thing here. Okay, so if you want to write down, again, my name is Elliot James. So ELLIOTJAMES. And then I got penciled down 10 a.m. on Saturday. And then the number is 569-112-89. And then at the end, you can just draw a little smiley face next to my name. That way, you know what I look like before hopping on Zoom with me. Okay, that's right. So thank you so much. No, seriously, in all seriousness, Mrs. Jones, I'm working really hard towards a goal. None of this would be possible without people like you that are willing to listen to some crappy jokes, like actually meet me. And so you have no idea how much this means to me and what I'm working towards this semester. All right. So I really want you to know how much I appreciate it. Other than that, I also do like to mention a lot of times people do find something that they like. So I always like to have the decision maker of the kitchen on. On the off chance that you did see something, would you be okay making that decision on your own? You would? Okay, sounds good. I always like to be courteous and ask. Oh, and by the way, really last thing now, you definitely want to highlight this one in your calendar because I promise you I'll be the highlight of your Saturday. Okay? So I'll send you a text in the morning to remind you in case you lose your calendar or something like that. But thank you so much again. I cannot appreciate you enough. I'm sure you have millions of things to do, so I cannot appreciate you enough. Thank you so, so much. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll talk to you on Saturday. I cannot wait. I'm giddy already. All right. We'll talk to you soon, Mr. Jones. Bye. All right. So that's how it should sound every time. You got to have the energy, you got to have the passion because here's the thing. If you want somebody to sit down with you for an hour of their time on a Saturday or like a Tuesday night, if you want them to take the time away from their kids that night or away from the workday or over their lunch hour or on a weekend, and you sound like, hello, yeah, I'm wondering if I can do a demo with you. If that's how you sound, click. I don't want to sit down with you for an hour. I'm super busy as well. But if you're like, hey, this means the world to me, I cannot thank you enough. You make them laugh on the demo or on the phone call. Rapport starts on the phone call. If they leave that phone call smiling in good energy and a good spirit, right, with somebody that's working really hard, that's really appreciative, of course they want to show up to that demo because the entire experience is positive. Of course they do, but just recognize people have a lot of stuff going on. So knowing why you're working, appreciating them, that makes a massive, massive difference for your goal. Okay. So other than that, the things that matter, we don't take large pauses. It's not, oh yeah, I have an awesome opportunity to help pay for school, showing Cutco. So that's what I thought you might be willing to do with me. Pause. Because then what are they going to say? Oh, yeah, let me check my schedule, yada, yada. Oh, we already have Cutco. A million other things, right? So you keep going. It's your phone call. You take control of the conversation. The only time you pause is when you ask them a question. If you're not asking a question, don't pause. The jokes, you might think the jokes are dumb. Tell the jokes. The jokes are what connect with people. The jokes are what say to them, hey, this is going to be worth your time. Even if you're not interested, this is going to be worth your time. You want to meet me. I'm an awesome person. This is going to be a great time for you, right? That's what you're saying. It's using the social proof. Hey, this is what blank thought you'd be willing to do with me. They did it too, right? If they don't own Cutco, cool, crack a joke, right? If they say yes, I have heard of it, the question is not, oh, do you own it already? Because what do you imply if you ask them if they own it already? You imply, I'm going to sell it to you, right? If you don't. So it puts them on the fence. It's, oh, how have you heard of it? And that allows you to take in, do they like it? Do they not like it? Do they have it already? Are they hesitant? And you can start to read that on the phone. It's mentioning, hey, it's kind of like a bad, it's like a bad TV show. It's a bit more interactive. I'll be the highlight of your day, right? If they ask, oh, how long is it? Don't shy away from it. In fact, it's price expectation. Mrs. Jones, how long is it? It typically takes 18 to 24 hours. Okay. So we'll take some breaks, but you're going to want a pillow. Make sure you're comfy. No, I'm just kidding. It takes less than an hour. It's like a bad interactive TV show, Miss Jones, to give you something else to watch besides the news or some Suits reruns for the night, right? If they say, I don't know, then it's, hey, I'll even do this. I'll give you my 15-minute guarantee. If you don't like me after the first 15 minutes, strap on your biggest pair of cowboy boots, Mrs. Jones, and just kick me right out of the Zoom. Fair? Okay, but you're gonna love me, of course, just like Mrs. Jones did. So thank you so much. I cannot appreciate you enough. Asking the question, hey, would you be okay making a decision on your own? I guarantee you're going to get far fewer people that say, oh, let me think about it. Let me talk to my spouse. If on the phone they say, oh, yeah, I'm totally fine making a decision, right? So it's setting them up to empower your customer to make a decision. But all these little things, they make a big difference, right? So here's the recommendation phone script. Get it from your coach, right? And then I'll read the one objection so you know how this should sound with the objection, because this is something that people get a lot. Can I get back to you at the time that works? Hey, can you just text me over the times? Hey, I'm not sure if those times are going to work for me. Hey, good question. I could totally do that. However, I am working super hard to connect with people today because I'm trying to make sure that I'm sticking towards my goal. So that I would have to then offer you a time and then someone else takes it. And then, I'd have to offer you more times and then someone else takes it. And it gets pretty hectic with the text. And I know Mrs. Jones said that you're like the best. So I'd really love to be able to meet you. Is there any way we can just pencil in a time for now? And then if it doesn't work, we can always reschedule it or adjust it. But that way you're in here somewhere. Because like I said, I would absolutely love to meet you. And I got some jokes for you that you are not going to want to miss. Would that be okay? Oh, it would? Okay, here's the next couple of times. And you book it on the demo and then you remind them. Or you book it on the phone and you remind them. Little things matter. The energy matters. The passion matters. Knowing why you're working, right? Following that script to a T matters. Firming it up matters, right? Telling the jokes. Those things matter. So do the little things right. There's my rant on how you can book up a ton of recommendations. Now that you have that script, let's make sure we memorize the approach, right? To get recommendations, we practice it. We're writing down, hey, Mrs. Jones's nice people at the top. You're flipping through your rec notebook. And if you don't know what I'm talking about with the rec notebook, let me know and let's learn how to get some recommendations. And so you're set up to make the money you want, to graduate debt free, to go after that, all American scholarship, to make a career opportunity for yourself, to pay off the debt that you're in, to get that new car, to take your girlfriend on a trip, to set up your parents that want to retire so they can chase their own dreams. Whatever it is for you, it starts with investing in learning and becoming that person that practices, that gets better, that does the little things right, and creates those successes that other people just marvel at. All right. See you at team meeting.